Today we are looking at the Epic Encounters Ruins of Symbaroum. I just realized right before I hit record that this is the Corrupted Coloss and not Colossus. I've been calling it Colossus for a while, for a little bit, but for some reason just read that completely wrong. And I even thought when I noticed that it was a misprint on the front cover, but come to find out, everywhere I see it, it is Coloss. It's over here, Coloss. I guess my brain just went to Colossus. But in any case, this is another of those epic encounters from Steamforged Games. Another amazing set with a huge, well, in this case, gargantuan sized miniature. We're going to unbox this one. I'll show you what's inside. Let's get right to it. I will say, as we're pulling this open, that this is the first one I've seen that has this kind of purplish branding on the front instead of the bright pink. I personally like the purple a little better, but it also doesn't stand out on the shelf as much as the bright pink does. So the bright pink is going to get more attention. The map, like usual, when I do these videos, I'm going to open it up at the end. All of these sets come with this booklet, and inside the booklet is lots of interesting information. It's all like a miniature adventure just to go with this setting. So there's adventure hooks, there's some background information on the setting, there's the adventure overview, good piece of artwork showcasing this Coloss. Combat dashboard, got the different locations on the map, which we'll see in detail in a few minutes. The adventure path, the abilities of the monster, surprises, so like friends and enemies and transformation. This is always just a really cool booklet. And then the end has the stat blocks. And most of these, let's see. Yeah, so just like most of them, this one has a version of the monster at CR4. And also a version at CR9, and let's see if there's an even bigger one. Yeah, so there's another one at CR17. So in each of these, and then there's lots of stat blocks for the minions, but it's really nice. I love that each of these sets comes with multiple levels of difficulty, so that no matter what level your party may be, there's going to be a version of these stat blocks that is close-ish in level. It may not necessarily be a perfectly appropriate challenge, but it's going to get kind of close. So we'll set that aside. These are the tokens that come with the set. Each of these big monsters will come with a token set that represent miniatures from the, you might say, the sister set that has all of these that are actually minis and not tokens. And they are included here because they're used in the adventure. And then we get to the best part of the set, which is the big boy himself. And that is the Corrupted Coloss. We're going to pop this out. This is the giant miniature that we're working with. This guy reminds me a little bit of Groot in a lot of ways. It's kind of a big tree creature that's far bigger than your heroes. So gargantuan creature. Lots of detail. Love the little twigs and growths on the back. There's little things growing out of it. Lots of nature vibes. Just a really, really nice set here. And then, as always, these sets come with a really sweet map. Oh, I'm actually kind of surprised. This one has a black backside. Most of the sets in this series have a double-sided map, so there's two versions of the map. But as you unfold these, they never lay flat on their own. You have to kind of fold back these edges so that it'll lay flat. But this paper is very, very thick and sturdy. So even with that, it's not flimsy. It's going to hold up to some punishment as you use this. And this map in particular looks to be a pretty generic forest setting, which I think is actually a real benefit to this set because a lot of them have very unique settings for their maps that might not be quite as reusable as this one. But this one, as a kind of generic wilderness setting, is going to be very reusable. There's lots of different scenarios that you could run featuring terrain like this that you could reuse this map for over and over and over, and it just see a lot more play than some of the more location specific maps that you find in a lot of the other sets. You can see the way this is interacting with my lighting here. It is kind of shiny, so if you're in a room that will give you a glare on the map, that might be a drawback, but in general, these are just really, really high quality maps. Like I said earlier, thick paper, feel good, very durable, perfect setting to squash your heroes with this big nasty monster. So Steamforged Games with another win here. Definitely go check them out.